Good evening. Welcome back to the verdict here. Frank, as always, Charlie's over this way. All
Yo,
right, yo. So we had a busy weekend, I'd say. Last week we did preview Vengeance Day, which turned out to be a pretty good show. But
went pretty
everybody's going to
planned.
talk about. Was that?
It went pretty much as we planned.
Pretty much. We pretty much were. I think I was the only one that thought we were getting a title change. We did not in the main event, but other than that, we were pretty much nailed it. I do think coming out of that show now with the Trick and Mellow feud obviously going to happen here. Seems like we'll get. I know we talked about earlier. We might get a title change there if they're setting up Mellow and Dragunov. So that would make sense to have them have the big blow off in the title match if he's going to leave. If he's going up, put over Trick on the way out. So that would be kind of cool if they do that in Philly, which we'll be there for. So yeah, other than that, it was a good show, but was, like I said, right as we expected. So we're moving forward there, and they're moving on every to their Roadblock special on TV next month. So we'll talk more about that in coming weeks. So last week we did our big preview. We were ready to go, and then Friday night, this could be a big show, big SmackDown, and the internet broke.
SmackDown, all right. It left quite a trail.
Appropriately enough, on the show The Rock created. Here he came. So not too many people had opinions on this. It was weird, right? Not too many
No, nobody has voiced anything over the past week. Nobody's daughter had to delete her Twitter because of death threats or anything.
Nobody's overreacting at all here.
No, not at all.
Weird segment. Which it was a weird segment. Let's be honest here. We're not going to make excuses that it was odd or not, because it was a little odd. But yeah, so in fact, when it happened, I was kind of confused with what I just heard. That's why I think actually, what's happening? Cody comes out with that title, but not at WrestleMania. I'm like, I didn't even realize he said that at first. I was so confused. He talks about he had counsel. I'm like, wait, is The Rock his wise man? I'm lost. But he comes out. Did not get booed on his way out. Big pop there. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
which suddenly turned into years of pent up hatred and that we hate hockey chat on Raw. So I don't think fans know what they want at this point.
We've gone back 20. The last time this happened, right?
It was a Rocky Sucks chant, and Michael Cole's like, "Welcome to 1996."
Right. I was gonna say, it reminded me of like when he was doing his movies and then he lost to Brock and everybody turned on him then. So it's weird. I'm not weird. Where was this reaction like just a month ago when he showed up on the first show of the year and said, maybe I want to sit at the head of the table? What did people think that meant?
Two things are certain right now. People love The Rock, regardless of what they're saying, and we are all getting played by Cody Rhodes.
You see, rational thinking here, guys. Rational thinking. Not, all these leaks. Well, this is what happened. There's meetings, and they decided. I'm like, who's getting this information, and what do you think? Why do you think they're feeding you this information? Did we not just go through this a week ago when they talked about the plans for the Rumble changing and stuff?
Exactly.
Sports Illustrated, which I didn't know. Again, we thought it was all AI. It makes sense why that happened. So yeah, I don't know anymore. I have no idea. All I know is we're all going to be tuned into this silly press conference happening tomorrow night. Las Vegas of all places. I can only assume they have more than one announcement, as we talked about off air. But first of all, we're getting WrestleMania next year in Vegas. Apparently, I don't know.
I think that's where this is all headed. Yeah.
Hey, why not? Why not? They did plan on running the stadium there for Money in the Bank a couple years ago, and they changed their minds. So this time maybe they'll run it.
Imagine the entrance ramp for Vegas WrestleMania. That's just going to be wild.
Yeah. To talk about a busy week, I haven't been there in a long time myself, but might have to break that streak. We'll see what happens between that and the announcements of any matches here that may or may not. Michael Cole put it well. They may be some announcements. Listen, when they turn on and they're immediately making references to the crowd, it's not them rallying against the company. It's them doing it. Oh no, they change. You see, they change. Like, guys, have we not learned anything in all these years? But no. Then again, you've got people that still believe that CM Punk leaving AEW was a work. Still. He's the devil, really. Truthfully, it's going to be revealed.
Oh, of course, it's going to be CM Punk.
When MJF comes back, he's just going to attack him. That's I faked it all. Just like now, apparently Cody's a secret agent that Tony Khan sent to destroy insane people on Twitter. Yeah, I don't think so. All these things. Oh, he should come home. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's happening, guys. I don't think that's happening. I don't think Mr. Rhodes is coming back as the best way I can put it. I don't think he's going to come back to the ship, to the Titanic that's already almost hit the iceberg at this point. Or maybe already did. It could be basically the band is playing as the ship goes down, which is Tony Khan's big announcements. Anyway, tonight apparently, which may or may not have been spoiled by Ticketmaster today. So good job, Ticketmaster. What we call it in Boston, we can't call it the first dance. What are we going to call it? What did John say? The first deposit? I don't know. Anyway, I don't think they're going to sell it out quite like what happened in Chicago 3 years ago.
No.
I know I don't think it's the same idea, same thing as.
I don't think they have the following in Boston that they do in Chicago. So
yeah, I don't think it's not the same thing as Punk coming back after 7 years. It's somebody coming back after 6 months off.
They don't Punk anymore, so Chicago might not be as strong.
Good for her taking it all the way to the banks, as it were. I'm sure he overpaid ridiculously, and hey, get that bag, right? Get that money or Monet. I'm sorry.
You just had to go there.
Had to go there. Well, hey, that's what it's all about. That's good. It's going to save it. Everything's going to be great now. We got nothing to worry about it, guys.
Yep. We got a new action figure, so we'll focus on them for a month, and then they'll get lost in the shuffle.
The women's division is saved.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to a TV at 9:15 or 9:30.
Coming to a 9:30 slot near you.
Hey, whatever. Like I said, if it's good money, if you can get it. Turn that up probably that kind of cash. Let's be honest. Speaking of which, speaking of Miss Monet, Miss Banks, her former tag team partner, obviously just won the Women's Royal Rumble. And speaking of another big segment on SmackDown this week, as we saw the breakup of Damage Control, essentially.
Yep.
Apparently Bailey, who knew, spoke Japanese the entire time.
Which was done by Mr. TJ. TJ produced that whole segment, and well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, it did seem to go through like maybe too much of story in one night, but hey, I mean, I guess they got to get the match announced. It's a little weird because we got 2 months to go, but what are you going to do?
I think
never not make a decision for 2 months. So
you could have 1 week had Bailey over here, Io and all them, and that could have been 1 week's thing building up, and then the turn could have been the next week. But I don't mind how they did it all in 1 week. I really don't.
It's been a little weird because immediately when Kyrie when they added the new members, there was a lot of bit of tension and stuff that they've gone back and forth on.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's been kind of there. And like I said, I don't think she needed to overhear them. That may have been the one thing I thought was unnecessary, her overhearing them. Like, why was EO talking in English suddenly because the camera was there? I don't think we needed to get there. It was almost like, it was a little too much Batista in Evolution where Batista's standing right there listening. Like, he said, I already knew, so it's fine. But, yeah, it was a little funny. But, hey, listen, maybe she also watches the show, watches these second back, watches them, how they're laughing behind her back. But anyway, any event, that's it. We've got our big title match for Mania already set up with Bailey and Io. So Bailey's first face run in quite some time. So it should be interesting to see how that goes. Obviously, she's not going back to her old ways. So we'll see how she makes it work this time with her new character, I guess. And what does Dakota Kai think of all this? And she wasn't there. We don't know. That'll be next. So that was a good segment. That'll be fun.
Yeah, does Dakota Kai side with Io or Bailey?
She brought these new people in. She was all in on it. Maybe she didn't know. I don't know.
Good point.
Did they form offshoot factions? Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe we'll ask Michael Cole since he was an expert in Japanese women's wrestling, of course. He'll tell you more about Io's sister and how that was his favorite faction of all time, Triple Tails. But I don't know. But that was a SmackDown, and again, even though we joked earlier, the internet just shut down for 2 whole days. Apparently, there was nothing else going on for this to be number one trending all weekend. Apparently, it was a slow news weekend. mean, you can argue the point of how it was executed. It was a little wonky. It was a little weird. I guess my whole thing that you could spin it as, if Cody's giving a shot because he's a good guy. That's what good guys do, right?
Yep.
They step aside. Maybe he wants him to get weakened by him first. He figures, well, if he fights him, then he'll take a lot out of him. Again, we haven't even got there yet. He hasn't even mentioned. He didn't even get to talk the other night, poor Cody. If we weren't having the press conference, I was joking they should just have him get interrupted every week so he can never talk. And so
now coming to the podium, not Rhodes.
We got a lot of interruptions. We got Charlie's favorite wrestler, Drew McIntyre, of course, coming out and interrupting Cody.
My God.
He still hates him, so he's doing his job. He's being a real jerk. The other day, as I said, he was basically being both a jerk and gaslighting him at the same time, trying to convince Cody, no, you don't want to do that because he wants to shut us up.
Yeah,
funny. The T-shirt, of course, ridiculous. He's running with it. So I don't know what we're getting here. Are we getting some
that T-shirt again?
What are we doing here? What are we doing with this world title? People asking why did Cody win the Rumble? I said, well, I guess if he's going to fight for the title, what would be then if he didn't win that, how would he have got that shot? And then who was going to win the Rumble? And no, they didn't change the finish at the last second. A lot of people are assuming that. I don't think that was the case. They wouldn't have those shirts at the stands 5 minutes after the match.
Exactly.
Even though I joked about it, they did not have 30 shirts made, so they knew. They wanted to get to. So even if he's getting that other title shot, he's got to win it some way, right? So that's probably why. Because if he didn't, then who would win the Rumble? Would they forfeit it? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the reason, I guess. Because they weren't, if Rock had shown up at number 30 and won the Rumble, everybody would have complained anyway, right? So, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a love-hate relationship with Mr. Johnson.
Major love-hate relationship with the
people turn and go back and forth. Like I said, years ago, they turned him. He went to Hollywood. Then he came back. They loved him again. And then he left. Then they hated him. Then he came back against Cena. They loved him again.
Some of his best work as Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But after that, the people, started liking him again. Then he came back again. And then, and therefore, I don't know. I'm over the whole complaining about part-timers and then somebody it's not that serious. He deserves it. You work there? Is that you? Is that your family member? I don't get the upset to the point when you're harassing the guy's daughter online.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
As if she has anything to do with this, Come on. Good on her for getting that distraction in her life and focusing on what she's doing now. Starting to get a little more comfortable on the mic as GM. That's probably a good role.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about these idiots. These are not exactly the brightest people. It's easy to talk when you have a phone in your hands, I guess.
It's like when Ridge Holland was getting death threats for Big E. Right. It's ridiculous. It's
right. Exactly. And you to the point where people were arguing with roster members over this stuff.
Yeah,
they're arguing Ricochet. They're arguing with Sami Zayn. He had to delete tweets. I'm like, come on. No, you don't understand. We know. We know how you sound. No, you don't get it. To when Cody's literally having to tweet out, "Trust me," and they're like, "No, Cody, no. You can't be trusted. We want you to win. We have to tell you what to do. You can't." To the point.
There's obvious something big.
Cody he didn't know. He walked out. They told them to change the story right in the middle of the segment. That's what happened, guys. Yes,
of course.
Conspiracy theories, as if he didn't know when he walked out. It's called acting. Yeah, they would have they really focused on him looking upset purposely because it wasn't part of the plan. People, what does that mean? I'm like, because you're easy to work. You think you know everything. That's more.
We're all being worked. We are all being worked right now. There's
who's not the little kid in the audience. He doesn't know. He's just watching. Like, this is exciting. You're just sitting there. That's what I'm hearing. This is what it sounds like to me. We're arguing about everything. Then they're saying, is it a distraction from this lawsuit? I'm like, maybe, but you're falling for it, so you're not helping matters. Although again, don't feel bad if you're in, like I said, I told you, don't feel bad if you're invested in the story. Like, hey, you're along for the ride. You don't have to feel guilty that you're not talking enough about what's going on and the legal stuff and all that. No, you can enjoy the show too. It's all right. It's not going to change anything.
Nope.
So enjoy yourself, please, guys. Thank you, Tina, in the chat. Pick 6 cards. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat today. We do appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, so Charlie's actually calmed down. He was a little upset, and now he's just more about like, don't work me, Cody. Don't work us. We know. Actually, no, we were both kind of like subdued reaction. Everybody else was going crazy. And we're like, well, if you've been watching
right is Drew McIntyre, and he's doing his job by making me hate him. So, well done.
You hate him, yeah. You're getting worked by Drew.
It's very rare that I hate heels, but Drew, I just can't stand right now. He's reminding me of whiny Bret Hart era Bret Hart. Sorry, John Michael.
Yeah, he might just pop up out of nowhere. What did you say about Bret? Another great interview he gave the other day. Never change, Bret. Never change. Never change. Opportunity to take a stab at one. Bill Goldberg, of course, has to say the full name every time, and all just other stuff that he said. Never change, Bret. We do enjoy that. We enjoy your pettiness. We do. And shout out to JML wherever he's at right now. I'm sure he has a lot to say, and one of these days he'll get to say it.
Fans are going to forget that we want Cody hashtag JML. We want JML is going to trend.
Post it out there. Get it trending tonight. We want JML. Maybe he'll grace us with his presence like The Rock once in a while. Let you all know how he called all this a year ago. That's all he's going to tell you. We were talking about this months ago, and it's pretty much what we said from the get-go. We thought it was going to happen last year, but it's happening this year. So, whatever the match is going to be, you're going to watch it, guys. Don't act like you're not going to watch Collision or whatever's on that night. You're not going to watch whatever is being aired against it. The UFL, I don't know.
If people start saying they're going to boycott WrestleMania over Cody Rhodes, I'm going to just laugh myself. It's just going to.
Yeah, we've been here before.
Too funny.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, as I always say. Tomorrow night, after all. We are on the road to WrestleMania, so we got a long way to go. We got this press conference tomorrow night. We've got another SmackDown go. We've got
Elimination Chamber right around the corner.
Right. We've got next week. Got a Raw. They're doing. In fact, I think they're doing a double taping since they won't be doing a live SmackDown, before the Chamber because of the time difference and all that. So yeah, we've got a busy couple weeks coming up. I think we're even taping 2 NXTs next week because after that, like I said, going for the Chamber, and then you guys want to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4:30?
I am. I can't wait.
I'll get up anyway, so why not? We might as well watch this show. Obviously, we haven't got too much confirmed yet, other than we're getting qualifying matches for the women's chamber, which will be used to determine Rhea's calendar.
Is there going to be a men's chamber? Come on.
I'm sure there will be. But what is it going to be for? I mean, it could be for a few things. I guess maybe we'll find out this week. Maybe, I don't know, maybe for a U.S. title, maybe for an IC title shot. I don't know, since we know Gunther isn't going to be leaving the country just yet. So, yeah, speaking of which, if anybody saw that promo with Gunther on Raw, fantastic. Who would have guessed this guy would be like the best promo like week to week, but there he was. What he said to Jay too, talking about, you're going to wish you were back when people couldn't tell the difference between you and your brother. The way he's like, oh, simple gestures for simple people. He's just so condescending to the point where he just called him oos at the end. I'm like, I'm waiting next week he'll say yeet, and then we'll just he's so good at this role. Does feel like we're getting to the point where somebody's gonna have to take him on it and actually take this title off him. I mean, where else is he left to go at this level? We obviously want to see him get to that next level at some point this summer, and I think we will. So let's stay tuned. Will it be Jey Uso? We'll see. I don't think so, but hey, no. We don't know.
Yeah, you can put my prediction in right now as Gunther retains our elimination chamber.
Well, he's not going to be there, so he won't be making his way over there. Like I said.
Oh, that's right.
So I guess it'll happen on TV then.
Yeah. Oh wow, I completely forgot about that. It won't be at elimination
unless we get our anticipated Uso versus Uso match at WrestleMania, but which we could still get. What is Sammy going to be doing? He gave that great promo in the empty arena the other night. We'll see. There's a lot of excitement here. Will we get triple threats for the world title? Will we get who's getting the IC title shot? There's a lot of stuff being changed and a lot of changes going around. So it's exciting, I guess. Rhea will obviously going to face the winner of the chamber. Becky qualified this week. Rhea's going to fight Nia in Australia, which makes sense. She's gonna be the hero there, so why wouldn't she fight the big monster heel? who they built up very well. No matter what you think of Nia, she's been used very well in this run, and she's done a good job. And
I'd say another heel that I really can't stand, Nia Jax, but she's
working. She's working.
Yeah.
Like I said, she had the most heat at the Rumble, and it was real heat. It wasn't just like that, oh, I don't like her. It was like the crowd didn't like her. They wanted to see her lose, and that's good. You've built her up strong. Now she's gonna have somebody to take somewhat of a challenge finally for her, which has been tough. Which is probably why this reign has felt a little odd, because it's hard to find credible people when she's pretty much above everybody at this point.
Yeah.
So it's smart to have a bigger monster heel to for her to have a little challenge here before we get to the real match at WrestleMania. What will that be? Well, you have to find out, won't you? You'll have to get up early at 5 a.m. and watch the Chamber. Then you'll know.
Can't wait. Stoked.
Yeah, super. It should be a super exciting show. Big stadium. It'll be a real hot crowd. Maybe Rock will show up. I don't know. I know Grayson Waller is hoping he shows up, but if you've seen his latest post,
isn't that rumored to have Rock on Grayson Waller effect? And
that would be good. I know he just tweeted out when he showed the video of Rock arriving in Vegas. Like he said something to the effect of, "Oh, welcome to, good to see you, boss," or something like that. I hope you finish your story soon. So he's playing it up. He's sucking up to him because he's the boss now, so he's sucking up to him, which is pretty funny. Yeah, a lot of talk about Rock. Oh, he's throwing his weight around. I'm like, guys, he's not doing that. He lived through the era of all the politics with Shawn and Triple H. I don't think he's doing that, guys. I don't think he has time, to be honest. As far as they talked about this, this deal was part of his deal with the board. I'm like, probably, yeah, because they probably want to lock down that he was going to do this match because he kept saying he's going to do it. They're going to probably want that in writing. We need to know if we're going to do this or not. And if you can do it, you got to do it.
And the funniest part is people were thrilled to see him as part of TKO, and now this. Come on.
It's been a roller coaster. He's one day he's a face, the next day he's a heel. Then the Vince lawsuit. You've got a lot of stuff, crazy stuff. John Laurinaitis is out there snitching on everybody right now, trying to save himself. It's not probably going to work for him, but
not going to happen. He's done.
Yeah. A lot of people out there hoping that people get implicated because they're still worried about their stupid little wrestling war. Let's just hope that, again, feel for the victims. Let's not.
Laurinaitis is about as safe as Brock Lesnar is right now. It's
at this point, Brock's not even in the lawsuit, so if he's not getting brought up, I think he'll just be happy to sit home and not do anything, and probably shovel snow, whatever he's doing up there. No, he's not erased from history, as people keep saying.
He's getting
right now. He's going to be downplayed for sure. Whatever, it is what it is, right? I guess we'll find out more. Hopefully, nothing else comes out. If this is all it is, we'll see how that works out for him. But again, what else is there for him to do besides fight Gunther, which is not going to happen now? At least he put Cody over before he left.
Yeah.
That place.
Yeah.
Thank God for that, right?
People saying if that was his last match, they're fine with it.
The right way. Certainly. I was there. That was a good match. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. Obviously, we've got Dynamite Night coming up next. We got Sting trying to win the tag titles, which I thought he should have won a while ago, but we'll see if is he going to win them, defend them in his last match. We only got a month till that. Obviously, the third Swerve Hangman match for a title shot coming up, which is kind of odd considering he's beat him twice, so he probably should have had that title shot, but whatever. We'll see another match. Probably won't be as good as that death match, but hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll see who gets that title shot coming up at Revolution.
We know spewing of each other's blood and
no, well, it could be. I don't know. Wait a second, that's my job. You can't do that. I don't know who would bleed first, Jon Moxley, one of these two guys, or Ilya Dragunov, since he bleeds in every match.
Oh my God, Ilya Dragunov bleeds.
I think that him and Moxley had a match. They would just have a contest who could bleed the
That would be a hard hitting match.
And the thing is, in Dragunov's case, he's not even having to blade. He just keeps busting himself open accidentally.
Yeah, he just throws his body around, not giving a shit.
He throws his body around like as somebody described. He's almost like an anime character. He just throws his body at you.
Yes.
The end of the match with Trek was pretty much like that scene, one of those cartoons, like they were flying towards each other in slow motion, and one guy connects the other guy.
I cannot stress enough how happy I am that I got to see him live with you. He was a force.
And I know you were very excited that he retained the other night, but we'll see if what happens if he does face Molo. What else he got left to do down here anyway, other than have great matches?
Exactly.
last night on NXT with Dijak. So another good match between those two guys, hard hitting. So yeah, he can't go wrong. The guy literally throws his body like a weapon at you.
He does.
It's pretty realistic. And he's not afraid to lay it in thick, right? So he's always exciting. Yeah, we got obviously the Trick Mello feud coming up. We've got a lot of stuff in flux, but let's wait and see what happens, right?
Yep.
It's must-see TV right now on the road.
And guys, let's go into this next week of wrestling, not thinking that Cody isn't going to get a shot at WrestleMania. There's something big in the cards for Cody at WrestleMania. It might not be ending Roman's reign, but
it's going to happen at some point. It will happen at some point. If it
Cody will end Roman's reign.
It will happen at some point.
I think it will personally happen at SummerSlam. I think there'll be the unification match, but that's just me.
Whatever. I know that's not the same. Well, you also say this wouldn't be the same if Rock and Roman fought in the chamber, right? So I mean, you can't have it both ways.
No, people will complain if Rock faces Roman at the chamber. People will complain if Rock faces Roman at WrestleMania.
A year ago, we had Cody winning the Rumble, and then people were complaining, "Well, Sami Zayn should get the title shot," and then he lost. And it's like we can't make up our minds here. No, he's not being buried because he founded AEW.
Yes, he is.
Conspiracy theories.
He's being buried.
Cody did the whole thing with the. I'm like, no, I'm sure he'll laugh about it. I'm sure Cody. That's one of the things. That's probably as far as things that Cody regrets. That's probably pretty low in the list. Much below the neck tattoo and the promo he did that few ago, or that weird promos he was doing towards the end of his AEW run. I think that those would be pretty much higher than the stupid throne incident, which I'm sure even Hunter probably got a kick out of when it happened. So yeah,
he's laughing himself to the bank right now.
Right, they're just making money. They're selling T-shirts. Right. They'll be selling We Want Cody shirts by next week.
Cody's losing money right now. It's
handing out signs, guaranteed by this weekend. But before we even get the Super Bowl in, you're gonna have We Want Cody hashtag shirts and towels and hats and stuffed Pharaoh dogs again and everything else you can think of. He's a cash cow for them right now. You know, he's selling stuff. Punk's injured. He's selling stuff. They just dropped like 10 new designs. Obviously, they didn't know this was going to happen, but hey, they still sell merch. So get your Cody shirts with your Pharaoh shirts. Get your We Want Cody stuff. Sure to be on the way. Your WrestleMania, whatever merchandise. Your what else? Your Chase U calendars, which I think are back up today. Thank God Chase U was saved. Good for them. And not good would be one. Scott D'Amore this afternoon. We heard the breaking news while I was at work that Anthem has actually fired him. So we've got a new TNA president when we just rebranded back to TNA. I don't know what's going on. Seems like the roster's not happy about this. Even Naomi just tweeted out she wasn't in support of Scott. They all seem to like this guy. There's been a lot of rumors in the past of why Don Callis left, some other stuff, shady stuff going on. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because I wasn't there to know anything. All I know is that we have a new TNA president. It's just another Anthem guy who isn't really a wrestling guy, and that doesn't sound like a good thing. Hopefully it doesn't mess too much with the product. They've been on a decent roll lately. Obviously they're not going to get those big numbers anymore, but they're doing decent numbers at these shows, ticket sale wise. So I wish them all the best.
They're making this look better than AEW is. So
yeah, I mean he's got less people, less viewers, but they're putting on solid shows. That's all you can ask for. Obviously they got a pay-per-view. We just got Mustafa Ali coming into TNA to challenge the X Division title. So that's
awesome. Awesome.
Actually, he's challenging. He'll be fighting both Machine Guns because he's challenging Saban, and the week later he'll be here in Queens, New York, fighting against Alex Shelley. So
nice.
There you go. He's on his world tour, as it were. Ali's going everywhere. He'll be in Philly. Was it April 5th with the House of Glory X Revolver show? He'll be taking on Amazing Red, which is a dream match, obviously. So. Yeah, he's making the best of it. He's being smart, not signing anywhere. He's going, working everywhere, drawing crowds. So good for Ali. Better don't get tied down. Just work everywhere, right?
Yep.
He's doing it the Matt Cardona way, as it were. Congrats, Matt Cardona wins another Indie Wrestler of the Year for PWI magazine. If you read that, maybe next year he'll finally show up in the Rumble as Charlie predicts every year.
I'll get it right one of these years.
Anyways, enjoy your shows. Watch the press conference. Complain if you will. Please don't harass people online, though. Please don't.
Yes.
I don't think any of you guys would do that out there who are in our chat room. You're upstairs.
Thank you for all the likes and subscribes.
I know of all JML, all our great subscribers here. You guys are good people. You're not going to start all this trouble. You're just here to have fun with us. Enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. If you're watching the big game, if you're not, if you're just watching the commercials, or you're just going to have food, why not?
Enjoy regardless.
We'll be back sometime next week or whatever. Maybe we'll get a special guest. We don't know. We'll just wing it. Anyway, thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for your support. And as our truth says, live, laugh, love, man.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.